Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and guess what? I was talking to Brad Combs. Did you know that XRP Las Vegas, there's already so many tickets sold, it's like over half of the entire conference for last year. Last year was the record that we had set. There's over half of those people have already bought tickets, folks, already bought tickets. It's not even January yet. This thing is going to be massive, and it's going to be into the thousands. The crowd you saw and the lines were tremendous. That crowd is going to be dwarfed. So go to xrplasvegas.com. I also have a link to it in the description. It's going to be in May. If you've never gone to a crypto conference in your life, this is the time to go to Las Vegas, because Bitcoin has moved their conference, and it's going to be in the 3 days right before the XRP Las Vegas. So I'm going to the Bitcoin conference, and then that's going to roll right into XRP Las Vegas. It's going to be a whole week of fun. All right, so go check it out. Look at this. This is from the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel. I sure do miss his old videos where he'd be walking down the streets of New York in a real cool way, telling everybody what's going on. Trent Davis departs Ripple. His work was go-to market for RLUSD. During my time at Ripple, I had the privilege of building out the go-to-market strategy for RLUSD, Ripple's groundbreaking new stablecoin. Watching this project come to life and seeing its potential to reshape digital finance has been an unforgettable experience. I remain super bullish on its future. I also had the unique opportunity to develop Ripple's competitive intelligence program, ensuring the company stayed ahead of the curve in the ever-evolving crypto space. Contributing to these initiatives and watching them thrive has been incredibly rewarding. Wow, man, we are live any day now, any minute now, any hour now. And then yesterday, Donald Trump, David Sachs is named the White House AI and Crypto Czar. And here it says he's nominated him. David will guide the policy for administration in artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency, two areas critical to the future of American competitiveness. David will focus on making America the clear global leader in both areas. He will safeguard free speech online and steer us away from the big tech bias and censorship. He will work on the legal framework so the crypto industry has the clarity it has been asking for and can thrive in the U.S. David will also lead Presidential Council of Advisors for Science and Technology. Brad Garlinghouse says huge congratulations. By the way, David Sachs is PayPal Mafia. He was there early. I've told you many times over the last 5 years that I had a theory that the PayPal guys were somewhere behind both XRP and XLM. I still believe that to this day. I think they've been extremely quiet about it. I don't think that they were somehow involved. I've proven it. The Founders Fund, which is Peter Thiel's fund, was a backer of OpenCoin, which is what Ripple was before it was Ripple. And then Stellar, the first investor, was Stripe. And Stripe was backed by the PayPal guys, and Stripe got 2% of the XLM as part of the deal. So it's for real. And then you've got Elon Musk and his obsession with X and the whole thing. I'm just telling you, I believe that history will prove me right, that somewhere in this whole thing with XRP and XLM was PayPal. Okay, moving along. Stuart Alradi, another great pick by the Trump administration. David Sachs will bring the pro-business, pro-innovation, and fresh perspective we need. Excited to work with David and the industry to finally establish clear rules, road, and U.S. The future starts now. All right, let's go to here. Here's Chad Steingraber. Guess who knows all about the Ripple XRP SEC case? Mr. David Sachs. This is David Sachs retweeting this from Cameron Winklevoss. The sale of XRP on exchanges is not a security, which means that was a Cameron Winklevoss tweet about the XRP case when it ended, I guess. And David Sachs says, big ruling for crypto. And then here's David Sachs. This is from Cowboy Crypto, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel.
To figure this out in real time. This is too complicated. The bottom line is that the headline is...
Well, I just want to make sure the audience gets it, yeah.
Look, the headline...
This is so funny because this guy's trying to be a punk about it, about the Ripple ruling.
Is, I'm reading the tweet, Ripple sales of XRP do not constitute offer of investment contracts, according to Judge. They won. This is a huge vindication for them. And the XRP is ripping 35%.
Yeah, and it really handcuffs the SEC. What are they going to do about Coinbase and every other exchange? I mean, if they're not selling securities, I think Coinbase and everybody else has always maintained they're selling tokens. This was the fulcrum argument for the SEC, and they just lost.
The whole crypto market is ripping right now.
It's an interesting one. The confounding part of this is that the initial sale to accredited investors and hedge funds was done, that they violated securities law there when they were selling directly to sophisticated investors. Just looking at it logically, you would think it was the reverse. But this is a fascinating turn of events.
I just texted with Brad Garlinghouse, and he says, yes, it does mean that they won. And he feels vindicated and really happy about the...
How do you feel, J-Cal?
Well, I feel like I'm going to launch J-Coin and sell a token to back startups. I mean, if it's a free-for-all...
I won't tell you what he said about you,
J-Cal.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I said from the
you were
beginning...
accusing these guys of security fraud for like the last several years.
They've been convicted of securities fraud here. So it's a two-part judgment. Ripple violated federal securities law in its sale of cryptocurrency, the first line of the story. There's two judgments here. They violated federal securities law in its sale of cryptocurrency XRP directly to sophisticated investors, but the sales on public exchanges did not involve securities. So what they're saying is, if you sold XRP to hedge funds, that was a security when they did the first offering. But when the public started trading it on public exchanges, they did not have, according to the Howey test, this belief.
But that's where their vulnerability was, because if you sell to a professional hedge fund, they're accredited.
That should not be an issue. You should be able to sell to accredited.
Right. So what's the problem? This is exoneration for them.
The judge says they lost
sound pretty happy, and the market seems to be indicating that this is... would you say the price is up 35%?
Well, I mean, listen,
it's up to 37% right now.
Crypto trades, I wouldn't necessarily put too much on it. I would look at the actual judgment here, but we all know people trade headlines, so let's see where it's at in 5 days. But
a bunch of the altcoins are ripping right now.
Man, the people who just hate Ripple and XRP is just unbelievable. And you see it anytime the price moves significantly, it's like they go into a freak out tailspin. This is David Sachs. This is part of the reason I've always had this theory about the PayPal mafia. Several of them. Elon Musk, I've played videos where Elon Musk, Luke Gosek, I think is one of the guys' names. And then also David Sachs. All three of those guys, I've played videos where they say that the original plan of PayPal was to create a global digital currency, like a world reserve type digital currency. And they abandoned that plan because there was pressure from their venture capitalists for them to make money, go public, and do, so everybody could cash out. And the global digital currency thing was more of a long-term plan.
So back in the early days of
this is your crypto czar talking right here, folks.
And this is going back to 1999, so it's almost 20 years ago. We actually, our first T-shirt said, PayPal, the new world currency. And so there was this idea that we were going to create this new global currency.
Read between the lines, folks. Now, for some XRP price talk, this is Crypto Insight UK. What comes next for XRP? Let's see.
Going on is off of these lows, a completed first 5-wave move up to here. This was a very short and abrupt second, and we're working on a major third in what is going to be a much larger 5-wave move to the upside, which should take us to new all-time highs. So something that looks like this structurally. And again, this is not drawn in scale of price or time. It's just to show you the structure. So if we are doing what I think we're doing, then what we have here is a completed first wave, a second wave, and then we're working on the third. And within that third, we've just potentially completed the first wave of 5. So if this first subwave of this larger third went from $1.30 to $2.53, that's $1.20 move. And that should be the smallest wave of this larger 3-wave move. So we're looking at another $3 to $4 to the upside at the minimum just to complete the third wave. Then we have the fourth wave, then we have the fifth wave. So not expecting anything major in terms of pullbacks on XRP. Again, if this is accurate, then we won't see below 130 from current levels. Now, granted, that is a 50% drop from current levels, but that's kind of the level at which if we go below, okay, things might be looking a little bit shaky, but we can go 20, 30% down from here and be fine. This is where things start getting a little shaky. Until then, any dip is for buying, and any dip is probably going to be short-lived. So we'll get further confirmation of this after this corrective chop completes and we see another low time frame impulse. And once that happens, we can then tighten up the invalidation to the next low time frame impulse and then ride that up really to new all-time highs. And so, yeah, XRP looks fantastic. This is just the USD chart, but the BTC pairings and the Ethereum pairings look spectacular as well.
Okay, and then this is he says, I dare you to tell me this isn't possible. This is XRP. So he was pointing there, but look what he's talking about. So right now I hadn't even looked, let me look at my phone here. We're at 230, let's see, around 230, okay? So around here. But he's saying this is where we can go. About $24 to $30. How about that action? And then before I go into DAI XRP, I wanted to show you this tweet because we covered the Tesla comparison yesterday, I believe. Crypto Wizard, 7 years suppression. History doesn't repeat, but boy, does it rhyme. Tesla traded sideways for 7 years before going parabolic post their SEC settlement. XRP will follow suit on an all-time high is coming. So all these get major chart guys are like, there's no question, all-time high is coming. Sorry. Now, I got so much more to cover in my next video, but now we're going to need to go into DAI XRP right now. Now, DAIXRP.com is going to be, if you've ever been in DAIXRP.com, today's the day you want to be in there. And here's why. I'm going to talk about in these bull markets, I always do several things. First of all, any of the things that I hold just because I think they'll go up and not because I think they're going to be a part of the infrastructure and all that. A lot of times once they hit key points, like Bitcoin in this case hit 100K, a lot of times once these things happen, I'll sell out of those and go into more of the things that I think are going to blast off. Another thing I do quite often in bull markets is I'll put a decent amount of money into one coin that I can get below 5 cents, that I can get a lot of, and I'll just throw down a bet on this. And I do, but I don't do it unless it's something that's got connections, got a lot of reasons for doing so. So I did that in the last 24 hours. So what I'm going to do in DAI XRP, I shuffled around some things, did some things. I'm going to tell you what I did, and tell you exactly which things that I bought. I'm not telling you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. Before you do anything, you need to talk to your financial advisor. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Come on in, let's find out what, that's Brad Combs saying. Come on in, let's find out what it is I did, the moves I made. Here we go.